can't fly it, right? 'Cause it's like dangerous.
It is, yeah.
So,
it's too much compared to just driving.
Yeah, they'll give you weird looks at TSA, you know.
That's the international teams. They're all pissed.
Yeah. So we just, luckily we had a Toyota Sequoia, so we just fit all this stuff in the back, you know, have like a thick blanket to wrap around and make sure it just bounce around in there. And that's basically it. Like,
what about the tools? Like,
tools-wise, we use the same bolts like throughout.
Yeah.
So it's all just you know, Allen head, 832, grade 8 screws.
You
know, with nuts on them to make sure that it, you know, applies pressure evenly and doesn't hurt the fiberglass.
Right. I see every team to screws. Do you know the water turns? I've seen those.
What?
Water turn screws. They're just like, I think it's probably more water sports where you just put a handle and just screw it just attach instead of screwing it all the way in.
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. And I see a lot of teams. They're avoiding all the flats and pluses.
No, I don't know. I don't think set screws are a good idea, especially for like rings, because the goal is to hold the ring to the airframe, right? Because you want to transfer thrust from the motor to the motor tube through the rings to the airframe.
Right.
So you want to, you know, yes, yep. So you want to have that connection between your airframe and your ring as strong as possible.
Gotcha.
If you have a set screw, that doesn't really hold it very well.
You're right, yeah.
You know?
Sorry, come here.
Yes.
This is what I designed, or not designed, or this is the parts. That's the hardware, right? That's the motor casing.
Yep. Are you guys level 1 certified?
This is a weird L0. You still have to get certified.
You're not certified?
I've only thought about it. Yep.
When we fly L1s, it's actually very surprising how similar this is to an L1.
Yes.
It's like, you know, we use a casing like this. You know, we use a cap like this. You know, it sits in there perfectly screwed on. Like it's.
Can I see your nozzle?
Oh, we haven't bring it. It's still in our expensive cabinet.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry. I screwed you off.
This rocket is literally just an upscale level 1. That's a little bit beefier because it has aluminum rings, aluminum fins.
Right.
Electronics to put the parachutes instead of the motor doing it.
Why did you decide to go with the aluminum material for the entire rocket?
Mostly because we had it on hand. I wanted, so a lot of members are fairly new to the club, and I wanted to give them experience machining metals.
Yeah.
So we had the scrap aluminum, and so if I could give them, the tools to be able to take sheet aluminum and use the, lathes and mills, drills and taps and all that stuff to make the stuff, then, that's a very big benefit to the club to have people that have machine shop knowledge like that.
Right.
For rocketry, you really don't need it. Wood is fine. Aluminum is really strong, of course. That's why we went aluminum and not steel per se. I would, aluminum fins, wood fins. There's not really much difference. In here, it's wood, right?
Oh yeah.
It's wood. So, but everywhere else, it's all aluminum.
Now, talk to me about the copper I'm seeing on this.
Okay, sure. So, the story behind it is that our team is very new learning electronics. So we wanted to have kind of two systems. One that was a kind of COTS altimeter that worked off of either barometrics or accelerometer data, whatever. And then we wanted to have a more on-board system to check if parachutes have been deployed. So that's what this Arduino is for on here. So we have a Telemega. This is our electronics bay. Our payload is in this one.
Okay.
Our Telemega is our COTS, off the shelf, accelerometer, GPS, all that stuff, right? The Arduino is our onboard system. So the Arduino check So it'll receive accelerometer data, and it'll start a timer. After the timer starts, it'll check the accelerometer again. If it's 0 or negative in the vertical, it'll check continuity. So there'll be a wire from our electronics bay that attaches here. And if you can imagine, if it's separated, the connection will have been broken. So it'll check continuity, and if there's continuity, it's not separated, deploy the charges. If there's not continuity, then you're fine. You know, we deploy. So the tape is just kind of a remnant. So at first we wanted to have 2 wires here, but that's unreliable and weird and awkward and not good. Instead, we just attached, we soldered wires together with a JSC connector, and we just have it tied to the eyeball.
Wow.
That's that. And it happens on both sides, so both here and up here. So our motor has a plug up here for an eye bolt. So the same thing that's happening here will happen here.
Right. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's. I was looking at the codes. This is the exact number that I have in my senior design paper.
Really?
It's a 98 millimeters.
Yep.
Hardware. Yep. That's it's. You can just see why.
So you guys aren't competing this year?
We aren't competing this year. We're only
You're just here
spectating.
gathering information.
Yes, just gathering
Very
information.
smart, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
very
what would
smart.
be one thing that you would suggest very strongly to anybody who is about to compete next year and who has 0 experience?
My suggestion would be to find someone that has a lot of experience
Gotcha.
and ask them all your
Trying
questions.
to find someone
Gotcha.
from a
So
local
we-
club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've launched L1s, we've gotten experience like that way, but we've never done this. Or, I haven't. The club has done it, and it went horribly the first time. But us as a club now, everyone here has never done this before. So this is the first time that this rocket will launch. Hopefully we'll launch it next year. Cross figures. But we have our mentor here is Jeff right there. He's level 3 certified. He's done this for years. Try to find someone in your area that is level 3 certified.
Are you level 3?
I'm not. I'm level 1. I've flown to level 2, but I didn't get certified.
So it's interesting how if you have an advisor who is L3, you can do this.
Yeah. I mean, you still can, if you just, if you know basic rocket principles, you can still do this. Like, if you know how to build an L1, again, this is just an upscaled L1 that's a little more robust, right?
Right.
And that's all to it.
Cool. Well, hey, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Any more questions you have?
If you don't mind, I'll write your email if you can shoot in some questions.
Yeah, your name and email, that'd be great.
You seem just about a couple of